case we haven't had the pleasure of sharing before, my name is Ben Brophy. I'm been a lead trainer with the Internet Business School for over a decade, worked with Simon around the world, and I'll be hosting this morning's session. And we've got a very special guest coming in later on. After I do the first hour, Ben Mariner, who's a great guy. There's three of us in the team. There's Big Ben, me. There's little Ben, Ben Fathers, who's literally sort of up to my breastplate. And then we have a medium Ben who joined the team a couple of years ago, and he's got a great success story and he's doing some great stuff. So he's going to be sharing the essentials to building and growing a successful subscription site. And there'll be some great tips there. He always gives good value. So that'll be in the second half of the session. I'll be sharing tips and ideas, as always, trying to make sure that you appreciate your time spent here this morning. So ultimately, and excuse me, I've got a little bit of a lagging little bit of flu. Don't worry, it's not the dreaded C. I've done 2 tests this week, one of them yesterday. I thought I might have something, but I've just got a little bit of a chesty cough, but I'm fine. So just in case, I'll press the mute button when I cough, but I just want to pre-warn you. I apologise. I've been taking all sorts of lozenges and things, but I have got a little bit of a cough. It's not contagious through the computer, at least. Right, so my aim today is, as always, to give great value and to make sure that you're glad that you invested your time here this morning. And what I'm here to do is just to distill some top tips and ideas that I absolutely know for certain can make a difference. And excuse me, I'm just going to explain my setup here. So I have another screen just to my right. So I want to look at you directly, because as we'll talk about with video, it's always important to look directly, but I also want to engage with you. And that is on this screen over here. So my eyes will occasionally go over here because I can see things pop up. So we've got Gerard in Coventry, Leon, and we've got Anthony saying he's still, and Tony in Kent saying that he's got a little bit of a cough as well. So yeah, let's not dwell on that. Always focusing on what we want and the direction we want to go. So just in case you don't know who I am, I do know some of the names already, but in case you don't, this is me in different things and aspects of my life. I've worked around the world. One of the things I love normally is travel, but I was in Portugal last week, so I can't complain too much. But I love to share information. I love learning, I love growing, and I love to distill and save people time and pass on. And I've information and tools, and I've been quite good at linking things together and often see how things can be used together or where things are going. Like video, I called it 12 years ago, way before we had smartphones with all the video capabilities and everything, and wrote a book on that. Yeah, I just kind of tend to be quite good in certain areas of seeing how things interconnect. So I've worked with Simon around the world. I've worked with different organizations. Top right, that's me up the top of a mountain. I like adventure, pushing myself in adventurous situations, being out in nature, writing for magazines, writing for websites, doing a lot of philanthropic work, including being a project manager over a 6-year period, building 100 homes in Peru alongside an impoverished community, not handouts, working with them and fundraising those. And helping people to get to the top of YouTube, Google, training a lot of the Internet Business School team, thousands of people through the training courses that we've done, and ultimately doing a lot of one-to-one course creation, helping people to create podcasts, YouTubes, and content that serves more people. Because as I say before, and I'll say it again, we get rewarded for the level of service that we show up with in the world. So if I just serve one person this morning, that's great. At least I'm not just serving myself. But if I can serve 100 people on this session, that's much better than just serving one. So with yourself, one thing that I think is one of the reasons you're probably interested in internet and online digital business is because there's scalability and there is leverage. If we can get our head around the tools, the platforms, the basic concepts, and then maybe get a team, a little micro team of people we can delegate or outsource the things that we don't necessarily want to do, we know need to be done, but we don't necessarily know how to do, or we don't want to do, because it's like watching paint dry or grass grow, then to get other people to do those so we can free up more of our life force, our energy to do the stuff that we're here to really deliver into the world. So enough about me, hopefully just enough to give a little bit of context that I have got quite a lot of experience, and what I'm going to give you in an hour is just pure content. Enough about me, over to you. So what we're going to be looking at in this session, top level, is how you can increase any business. That is the top level objective. But then what I'm doing, because I've touched on this, because this is all stacking upon itself, I've touched upon this in previous Saturday schools, But for the first time today, I'm specifically, after I just remind ourselves of the strategy, going to link that into how we can use video to increase each of the 3 metrics. And I'm going to give you 5 examples for each of the categories. So if you take nothing else, even 1 or 2 of the ideas could be something that makes a difference to an existing or a future project. But ultimately, to give you back more time by being more efficient using tools or resources that are at your disposal, or hopefully sometimes it's just switching on a light bulb, an idea, thinking, oh yeah, I could do that, or I hadn't thought of that. And we're all teachers here, so please, you've got a huge amount of life value and experience that you can share with me and with the rest of the team and our group here this morning. So I will ask you, and I'm asking you now, so I'm just throwing the seed in. If something pops up, if there's a particular tool, if there's an idea, if there's a resource, a web link, or anything that you would like to share, when I ask you in about 35, 40 minutes time, type that into the chat box and we'll do a quick little mastermind. And as always, there's always a few little nuggets, I call them nuggets, which pop up just because we ask the question, what have you got to share? What, you know, and you don't have to, you're not obliged, but between, let's say, 100 of us, there are going to be a few tools that will pop up. So just making a hi there, Noel in London, a few of the people who've just showed up. Right, so just quickly, I just want to know, in a nutshell, so if you just respond quickly, switch off any distractions, please, 100% focus, you're going to get the most from it. You'll get about 20% if you're half engaged. You'll get literally 90 to 100% if you're fully engaged, so minimize any distractions, please. But just let me know quickly, how are you? Most of you have already said, but for those of you who haven't, where are you? What's your name? And on a scale of 1 to 10 this week, and in particular, let's say the last couple of days, how are you feeling? Because obviously it's transitional, we're up and down, we're humans. I have to say 2 days ago, I was probably on a 2. I've never felt so rough. Today I'm on a 7, okay, because I know that I'm on the mend and I'm appreciating my health. But a couple of days ago, that would have been a very different question, but I wouldn't have been pitying myself. I just realized that in that moment, I'm not feeling so great. So I'm asking you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10s couldn't be any more amazing. 1s, it couldn't be any worse. I might go and jump off a bridge this afternoon if Ben and the team don't lift my spirits a little bit in the next couple of hours. How are you feeling? So lovely. So we've got a little spread here. And the reason I do this as well, because we're not always in the same boat. And this is important. If you're working with people, or if you're going in a business, or you've got a team at business, or you've got colleagues, to remember that we're all humans and that we have highs and lows. We've got different things going on in our lives. And we have our good and our bad moments. So we've got 8, 9, we've got a 6, we've got a 7. Jerry's saying only got 1 chemo period. And yeah, I remember from the last time, so good luck with that period, Jerry. We've got Emma in Essex on a 7. We've got Western Supermare 7. Dave from Hackney's feeling great on a 9. 7 for Karen in Crawley. Okay, so Mike Willis recovering from serious illness. So physically a 3 or a 4, but mentally a 10. Amazing. Reminder to all of us, this is the golden, this is the golden sphere in here, no matter what is going on out there. And this is good with everything that's going on with all of the uncertainty right now and the changing parameters and the moving goalposts and all of the things that have been bombarded at us. If we can take sovereignty over these 4 inches in here, this is the most important real estate. Doesn't matter how many millions of real estate you've got in physical assets out there. If this isn't tidy and we don't look after this, then nothing else matters. So well done, Mike, who's saying that physically he's challenged, but he's got mentally, he's on a 10 at the moment. Amazing. Ian, Manchester 9, Sue in York 6, Dave Young in Yorkshire 7. Okay, great. So we've got 7. So we've got Carol 7, 7, 7. Steve's feeling a bit stuck. Gerard at 8 going on 9 after attending a network meeting. Okay, at 8 going on 9, so being inspired by going to a networking meeting on the 21st. Virginia's already jumping ahead and sharing one of the tools that I shared on the last call or one of the last sessions, so I may as well just throw it out there. If you didn't see that, please make a note of www.answerthepublic.com. Starting off with a good tool there. I'm not going to jump into it because I've covered it before, but if you're not aware of that, make a note of that, answerthepublic.com. It's an incredible tool for getting ideas for content. We've got Lorena from Ireland on a 5 and Gerard in Lagos, Nigeria, home to Fela Kuti, the king of Afrobeat, on a 7. So thank you. So on the whole, pretty up there. I was asking that question all the way through lockdown, and we did have some people's on 1s and 2s quite frequently. So it's nice to see that on the average, it's moving up. So thank you for sharing. I'm feeling grateful to be here and to be able to share with you this morning. So I'm going to say that I'm physically maybe a 3.5, 4, but I'm a 9, okay, because I'm grateful to be here. So this is a little, excuse me, a little reflection for yourself. It's October the 23rd, or if you're watching on replay, it's whatever date it is when you're watching this on the replay. But right now, for us who are here in live, it's Saturday, October the 23rd, showing up. In fact, give yourself a little round of applause because you are an achiever. And just by the definition and the fact that you're here on a Saturday morning, out of everything else that you could be doing in the world, you're here investing in your future, learning. And I know that in the next 2 hours you're going to get a few tips. Even one of them could be something that shifts something in your life or your business. So give yourself a little metaphorical pat on the back. I'll give you one, high five, okay? But I want you to think about yourself. It's October the 23rd already. So in a week's time, we're into the 11th month of the year. Now, to me, January the 1st doesn't seem like 11 months ago. And, you know, had all of these ideas for 2021. So the question I just want you to contemplate, and if you want to share, I'll just share a few of them. I asked this last time because what I'm trying to do here is not just share with you some theory or some tactics. I want you to think about your life right now. So as of the 23rd of October, if there was one thing that you'd like to do, achieve, or accomplish between now and the 31st of December, which is going to fly by, it will promise you, believe it's going to come around very quickly. So what's one thing? I'd like you to think about this for a moment, and please make a note of this, because I want you to, and I asked this question a month ago on the session, maybe it's something different, but I want you to make this a note which you are reflecting on in the next month and a half, so that you're constantly, right, that's one thing that I've said is important for me to achieve or accomplish or to get done. Okay, so if anyone would like to share. Okay, so Leon Bailey, is that the Leon Bailey? I know, I actually know a Leon Bailey. I wonder if that is it. Anyway, to get extra 20,000 followers on Facebook. Leslie wants to put her prices up. Fantastic, Leslie. So with all of these things, the second question, and if you aren't contributing and if you're not putting it into the chat, please think about this, because I want to make this session practical for you individually. Even though we've got a number of people on the call, almost 100 people live, I want you to get the most from this. So please have a think. Let's take a couple more shares, please. Who'd like to share? So the next question is, once you've identified something that you want to accomplish by the end of the year, the next question is, what are the steps? What are some steps I can take both immediately in this next week and over the next month? What are steps that I can take? What potential hurdles or obstacles I may encounter? It may be resources, people, finances, time, knowledge, know-how. And the other one is, what support can I potentially get to assist me? How could I speed up the process? Who could I learn from? But anyway, let's just have a quick look. We've got Jerry say to make a significant sale. So my question to you, Jerry, would be specifically, you don't have to answer, what is a significant sale? Is it £10? Is it £1,000? Is it £10,000? Is it £20,000? Gary Cooper, to move on up to the next stage in my part-time business. Wonderful. So next question is, what is the next stage? Is it just one step, or is it a series of steps? What's that look like? And David Young, how to make money from the internet. Okay, lovely. And Jerry's just clarifying that, saying £1,200. Wonderful. So whatever it was for you, please make a note. And Hugh's just giving us a nice little motivational. I will start now this minute with the tools I have to hand. I love that. So just make a note of that, please. That's a nice one. Thank you very much, Hugh. I will start now this minute with the tools I have to hand. And I like another one, which is everything you need is already inside you. Okay. Everything you need is already inside you. You just need to tap into it and then ask the questions, get the support, reach out to people, or learn something or invest in something. But you have the resources to get going right now today. Leon wants to drive more traffic to his website, and Gerard wants to attract 5 joint venture partners for the property business by the end of the year. Fantastic. So whatever it was for you, it's obviously private and personal for you. Make a note of that and remind yourself of that daily, and keep making steps every week now and between now and the end of the year. So let's jump back into the really powerful business growth strategy that I've shared on previous sessions. Again, repetition is the mother of skill, as you know, Tony Robbins repeats all of the time. But he's like, repetition is the mother of skill. So we're going to take 5 minutes to go over the principle, the strategy. Then we're going to jump into specific tactics that you can use or choose from, particularly using video to help increase each of the 3 metrics. So I said before, please just switch off background distractions so that you're focused to get the most from the session. And before we show you the strategy, just always, again, I'm showing you purposefully, because I read and I watch and I listen to numerous podcasts and I read loads of books and I'm watching YouTube videos and training courses all the time. And I'm learning, one of the best is we don't need to overcomplicate things, okay? And one of my greatest teachers, Dr. Manish Usri, this is one of the things that he sort of talks about, as does Dan Sullivan. So let's say that you're talking about digital business or your business, your project, but the principle is the same, whether it's for your relationship, your family, your life in general. Most of us are running unconscious habitual patterns. So just start to become conscious and aware. Mindful is another word of, what am I doing in my life? Okay, where am I getting results? Where am I not getting results? If it's to do with business, okay, well, where's my time going? Of my week, of my day, where is my time going? How much time am I doing what? Where is my time? And Simon often says, one of the greatest things you can do, which is a real eye-opener, takes a little bit of diligence, but if you were to just track your time for 2 weeks with a sheet, literally, it's a bit kind of very tedious and a little bit anal for me. But as an eye-opener, just to see where time actually goes, to be totally truthful, is to watch where your time goes, and you'll see. Let's look at the 3 columns, what you're doing that's working and helping you to get the results you want, let's say in your business or your project, what you're doing or where your time, energy, or resource is going that isn't giving you what you want, or it doesn't seem to be progressing you, but because we're creatures of habit, we tend to go round and round and we just do more of the same very often because we're not aware of it so much. And then thirdly is, what else could we do that we could do differently? So I've shared this on the 2 previous, but because it's so powerful. So Dan Sullivan, one of the world's top business coaches, and again, I'm just reminding this because it's so important. He's like, this is the top strategy that I share with the top executives around the world who pay hundreds of thousands or in many cases millions for his coaching. And he just says, I work on this thing for 36 months and I just make them promise that for 36 months they will do one more thing that's working every month, amplify it, do one less thing from the what's not working list, get rid of one of those each month and try something different every month. And he says, you can go and read a 1,000-page manual, you can go on your 10-day, 20-day training course, but ultimately, if we don't need to overcomplicate it. So in 5 minutes, I'm trying to share with you something very powerful. And he says, once you get past month 6, month 7, it starts to exponentially accelerate itself because you free up more energy. Let's say that you're doing activities in your business or your project that you genuinely hate. It's like watching paint dry or watching grass grow, or you genuinely don't have any real capability for it. Hand that off to somebody who enjoys doing it, who you can outsource or delegate it, who will do it for a fraction of what your real time and value is. Okay, what are you doing that's working? Do more of it so you can amplify your energy, start seeing more results, start getting more invigorated by the results, so it becomes a perpetual circle. As your energy increases, you get rid of the stuff that's not working, or you delegate it, or you just cut it from your, because you realize I don't need to do that. And then trying something different, so we're not just the metaphorical bird flying into the window trying to expect to get a different result by going into the same spot, trying different things. And he says that combination over a 36-month period can give extraordinary results. If you want to watch the 45-minute video, go to bit.ly Dan Sullivan 10x. Very, very powerful, but it's very simple. Translate that into your relationship, your work, your health, your life in general. It doesn't matter. Keep it simple. What's working, do more of it. What's not working, do less of it, and try something different month on month on month. Okay, so let me just quickly grab a quick glass of water. And I'm just having a look at the questions over here, the chat, and we've got Karen Jones wants to earn affiliate commission of 5,000 a month continuously through video marketing. Okay, great. So I hope that I'll share some tools in a moment or some ideas that may help. And Annette is saying, excuse me, Toggle Track is an app to track your time. That's TOGGL. Toggle Track. And we've got Ali from Algeria joining us. Okay, we've got a very nice international crowd. And Leon is saying, I will apply this straight away. Sorry, and the other thing, guys, so just take another thing you can do. If you've got a phone there, I don't mind. There you go. Take a photo of that screen and just refer back to that. Okay, just take a photo of the screen if you want, and then just refer back to that. But that can be a game changer. Again, we could spend weeks and weeks reading 20 different books, but I'd rather cut straight to, I'd rather save time and just focus on what I know I can do. And that's an actionable action step that's proven by some of the most successful people in the world. So, how to increase any business using the business accelerator optimization. So let's do a quick recap before we jump into video. So remember, ultimately, there are 3 columns with any business, and no matter what business that, in fact, some people just type in, what are some of the, yes, we'll do a screenshot, Martina says. Please just share a few of the businesses, just quickly, one or two words of the businesses that we have that you are in, well, that you're involved with, which between us will give me a feel for what we've got going on within the community this morning, please. So we've got e-learning, Leon, fantastic. Excuse me. We've got interior design, property, lovely. Thank you. Noel, Annette, anyone else? So if you just keep adding, we've got utility warehouse, we've got multiple tasks to focus on, we've got supplements, we've got affiliate marketing. Okay, very good. So I'll keep an eye on here. So no matter what the business, music and high ticket affiliate marketing, Martina, super. So I'm keeping an eye on here. For all of these businesses and any business around the world, or even any philanthropic project, there are 3 key things to focus on. It's the number of visitors to your either offline or online business, or both. So your visitors, the people coming to buy from you, it's the amount they spend when they come to you, and it's the number of times they come back to you. So maybe you've just got a one-page website with only one product service offering, and there's no additional product on the back of that. So people can't buy anything else, even if they liked you, because there's only one thing, and once they've got that one thing, they've got that one thing. So let's example, we've got 100 visitors coming, spending £100 or whatever your currency is in your region, coming 4 times a year would give you a revenue of 40,000. So what we're looking to do with anything that you have learned, with all of your existing business acumen, with any of the training that you do in the future, any of the training and the manuals and the DVDs, remember what those were, or the videos or the access to online videos that you've got, go back and watch those trainings. And ultimately, whether it's for social media, for SEO, whether it's for, I don't know, sort of reducing overhead, whether it's for communication skills, selling skills, it links in. You want to link the things, the tactics into this. Is it going to help me increase my visitors, the spend per visit, or the visits per year, or maybe a combination of a few of those? So look, if we can increase each of those by 5%, okay, as you'd expect, 5 almost plus 5 times 5 almost 16%, no great deal. But I think that all of us, if we were to focus in the next 3 months on just a few tactics on how we can increase visitors, how we can increase spend, and how we can increase people to come back, that we could achieve 5% in each of those columns. That would give you a 16% growth. You know, 16% growth, not too shabby. But if we could increase each of those by 10%, not by 20%, not by 30%, but 10%, they start to multiply each other out. So if we could go from 100 visitors, and maybe we start showing up and we start sending out, or we sign up for a new social platform, or we start becoming more present on a social platform. Maybe we start sending out emails, we start collecting names and emails and start communicating with our inactive and active customers more frequently. Maybe we put products together that are complementary, or we offer bigger units of products or services together, so that we go from, in this example, 100 to 110 pounds. And just by staying in touch with people, maybe reaching out to them or letting them know about other products or services that we either have ourselves or that we recommend through affiliate marketing, we get them coming back on average 4.4 times, not just 4 times. I know a person can't come back 4.4, but on average 4.4. That would increase your business by 1/3. Like, this is by Jay Abraham, by the way, who is respected as one of the world's top business marketers. He was Tony Robbins' marketing and business coach for a number of years. But the real magic happens is if we can increase each of those metrics by 25%. go from 100 to 125 customers. I think over the next year, no matter what your business, product or service, if you were to implement a range of different tactics, search engine optimization, video, which I'm about to talk about, better branding, better market positioning, maybe joint ventures, maybe branding, enhanced branding, maybe Google, Facebook ads. It depends on what your market, what your niche, what your sector is, online, offline promotions and marketing. But I believe that you could, if you devoted attention to increase your visitors from wherever it is now, let's say 100 to 125 by 25%, that you could increase the spend by 25%, and we'll share a few of the things in a moment, and you could increase visits per year from 4 to 5. Just that 25% increase gives an overall, if we look on the right hand side, that would take our annual revenue, which was initially 40,000 to 78,125, just by increasing those three metrics by 25%. So that's almost, it's a 95% growth in business. So with this in mind, and take a screenshot if you'd like, excuse me, with any of your training, with any of the future courses that you're doing, if you're learning to public speak, great. Public speaking is a way for you to get out in front of people, to increase the number of people who know about you, to increase your marketing positioning so that you can increase the rates that you charge because you're perceived to be an expert because you're out there in front of people. So you start putting the tactics into these three columns. So everything that you learn, everything that you know, you've probably got way more acumen in many areas than I have, and collectively, you know, speak to your partners, your friends, other people you respect in business, and go back through your training, but put everything into these three columns, and all of a sudden this will make a lot of training, even if it's coming from different sources, much more coherent, and will kind of unify it together under one strategy. And I think this is lacking a lot of the time in a lot of training is, right, I've been scattergunned a lot of information, but I don't quite see how I can put that into a coherent strategy. Okay, so we've got property development and e-commerce, we've got reputation marketing agency, we've got an online course builder. Okay, so what did I do at the very infant start of your career that made you successful? Well, I don't class myself as majorly successful, Dave. I see it as a journey. I'm curious by nature. I think always willing to learn, always willing to grow, having an open mind, and willing to try things, at trying different things. And I'm willing to fall on my face. I've fallen on my face many times. I spent a year on a project with Simon. I'll give you an example here for it, if this lands with everyone and if this makes sense. And before there were many online courses available, I actually spent a year investing in a platform called, which was quite, well, it was very innovative at the time, Internet Business School Videos. And I ran with that. So Simon was putting the resource in to sort of get the platform, but I put all of the time in creating the content. And Simon's actually, I like Simon a lot, how he works, because he's quite laissez-faire. He's hands off in a lot of ways. So unless you really ask, and I think I've got something that I've learned is not to be too prideful or too proud to ask for support or for guidance or constructive feedback. And I took a year, because every time I was like, oh, no, we could do this, and we could do like 1,000 licenses and 100 licenses and 50 licenses. Oh, no, we can do this whole section of all of this content. And by the time we got it out, there was some other things out there. But also what I'd done was created a library with too much content. And the feedback was, coming back to keeping things simple, who wants to jump in and watch 700 videos? It's like, no, we're trying to simplify our life. So what Simon said, so there's two lessons here why I'm telling you this. Thank you for the question, Dave. Is Simon said you'd have been better getting the Vauxhall out of the garage and evolving it into the Rolls Royce based upon live, direct customer feedback. Big lesson there. Take a note of that, please. And he said, secondly, ready, fire, aim. Get something out, throw something over the, what's the word I'm looking for? Over the fence, and see how it lands and see what the feedback is. Drive some traffic to it, because you could have learned that very early on within 3 months if you'd have been willing to put it out there. So it was a tough lesson. I cried for a night and then I got over it. But I think being able to try things, fall on your face and take everything as a learning experience, that is a winning mentality. So those would be a couple of the things, Dave. So go through previous trainings, pull any ideas, any resources, tactics, whether it's SEO, whether it's the outsourcing to give you back more time, so that you can focus on the things that you're really strong on. Maybe it's getting some graphics made up. Maybe it's putting together a team. Maybe it's getting your cost management team to watch your finances a little bit sharper, or whatever it is. But put everything into the context of the optimization model and use a worksheet or your computer as simple as this: 3 columns. Tactics to increase customers, tactics to increase average of spend, tactics to increase frequency. And again, I've covered this before, but repetition is a skill. I'm about to share some tools for video in a moment, but this is as simple as it comes, because then this becomes your action worksheet, and you just prioritize, okay, which one am I going to do this week or this month? And bit by bit, you start actioning these things, and you know why you're doing it. You're not just doing it because, oh, I learned about SEO. Well, I'm doing SEO because I want my website to be showing up higher on Google so more people can discover me. And also I want to optimize my page content and have a call to action. Maybe you haven't got calls to actions on your pages and your videos and your content yet, because I want more people to come across and to buy something or to sign up for something. So that you actually know why you're doing things. I'm doing that to increase customers. The reason I'm doing the branding and I'm investing in the branding is because I want to improve my positioning, and I want to increase my prices, or test increasing my prices by 15% or whatever it is. So create something like this, a sheet. And then I'm just letting you know, because I'm not here to pitch, I'm here to offer in service, and I'm going to hand almost directly over to Ben. But just so you know, if you would like, I'm giving away pretty much, it's normally £197 because you're on Saturday school, and the link's going to be on the bottom of the slide. So just take a photo of any of the slides, and it's special for you. But it's basically a new course which has got hundreds of tactics. I'm just sharing a handful of them here, but it's literally cost price for me, £47, and you can get access whenever you want to hundreds of tactics and lots of bonuses. I'll mention a couple of them later, but it's not a pitch, it's just there in service if you want it. So let's look at video ideas for increasing customers. So ask for referrals. Could you, or are you actually at the moment within your business or project, are you actually asking for referrals? Because you may find that just by asking very decently and with authenticity, that many people will be happy. If they're happy with what you provide as a service or product, then I'm always doing it. I'm about to recommend a hypnotherapist who's helped so many of my family members later on today, because I know also she wants some extra business, but because I know that she makes a difference to people's lives. So I'm going to do a Facebook post for her, because she asked me, could you leave a Google review on Google Maps? Okay, I'm like, of course I can, I'd be delighted to. And then I could see, it was like, oh my God, that made me cry. I'm like, not very hard for me to leave a review on Google Maps. I thought, you know what, she's a lovely lady and she's making a massive impact. She's helping a lot of people with anxiety, panic, and lots of stuff that they're going through at the moment. So I'm going to do a Facebook post, but that's referral. I'm going to help drive her business, probably about another 15 or 20 clients, just by doing that one thing. So could you ask people authentically for referrals? Could you create a video which just goes on one of your pages or on a thank you page, or maybe a week after you've sold something to a client, and just say thank you? Do a follow-up video to make them feel good, and just say, hi, Ben Brophy here from let's say the internetbusinessschool.com. Just wanted to check to make sure that you enjoyed the training. If you haven't already accessed it, use your logins, do take advantage of the training. There's some great tips in there. If you've got any feedback, please let me know. And also, if you've got any friends or colleagues who you think would appreciate this training, would you be kind enough just to let them know about it? Something as genuine and as simple as that could give an extra 2, 3, 4, 5, 10% lift on new clients. And it's okay to ethically incentivize. So we do it all of the time. So you can actually ask or say to people, I'll give you 10% off, or I'll give you 15 minutes free consultation, or whatever it is that you can give to them that is of perceived value for referring you, so that there's a win-win for everyone. You know, you're asking something of them. Many people will do that if they like you, but for some people, they might need a little bit of an ethical nudge. It's totally okay to do that. So could you do a video asking for referrals? If you're not already doing, could you share, thank you very much, Anne Curry, for putting that in there. Yeah, that's the bit.ly/Saturday School Optimization, and the coupon for £150 off is Sat School 150 off. Thank you very much. So could you share videos on social platforms? Now, don't worry, you don't have to go in front of camera. Could you just start finding videos? If you're setting up, let's say, a Facebook page or a Facebook group, Maybe it's not Facebook. Maybe your preferred platform is something else, but the principles are the same. Maybe it's Twitter. Maybe you're an Instagram person. But can you start sharing content, all other things being equal, wherever you are right now? In fact, let me get a quick gauge on people. Let me get a quick gauge on people, please. Who, on a scale of 1 to 10, how, and it's not about how many social platforms, even if you just use one excellently, how strong would you say your social presence is at the moment on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being absolutely amazing, I'm bossing it out of the park and I'm a world leader. 1 being I'm barely on any social platforms, or if I am, I'm hiding out, or I'm not very good. That's okay. So we've got a 2, we've got a 6, we've got a 1, we've got a 4, we've got a 6. Okay. So we've got 1, no judgment, just whatever, wherever you are right now. And the reason I'm saying this, because I haven't got any 10s popping up here right now. So there's room for improvement for all of us, myself included. Believe me, I should spend more time just practicing everything that I preach, but I know a lot of these things are the right things and I help a lot of people get results. But the cost of me sharing with other people and helping other people is often I don't do it necessarily as consistently as I should for myself. So great, we've got a 1, a 3 and a 2. Huge room for improvement. So you could just start sharing videos consistently is the key here. Once a week. If you're not doing anything at the moment, once a week. If you're already doing once a week, step it up to twice a week. Now, let me give you back, if there's no other tip from today, this is worth today's session alone. Let me ask you one more question. On a scale of out of 100%, how much time are you currently creating content online for online as opposed to consuming content online? So is that 100% consumption? Is it 100% creation, no consumption? Is it 90-10? So just let me know, please. Okay. So how much time do you use creating content? Is it 80%? Is it 10%? Is it 0%? Or how much time are you watching content online, reading and watching and listening to things online? Just let me know roughly. I asked this on a course. 75% consumption, 30% creation, 1% creation. Leon's doing well. He's on 60% creation. We've got Peter on 10, 90, 10 creation, 90 consumption, 60, 40. Okay, so let me give you back time, which is your most valuable asset, which this could be worth thousands of pounds over the next months. Here's a tip. Okay, so you could do, I'll put the link in at the very end, okay? So don't worry about the link, guys. We'll work on the content at the moment, and I'll put the link in at the end of my session. So basically, whatever your consumption time is, take 10% of that time, or if you're a super achiever, really super achiever, take 20 or 25% of the time, because you're already using the time to consume. So just take 20, 25% of that time and turn that into creation time. In 2022, the creators are going to be winning, as they are right now, creating the content for the vast gulf of people who are consuming. If you look at loads of the people, and many of them who've just popped up even in the last 6 months, the last year, the last 2 years, I'm like, oh my gosh, if 12 years ago I'd have started showing up and, you know, doing everything that I'm showing everyone else to do, you know, if I'd have wanted to, but I actually quite enjoy working behind the scenes with people. But people are coming from nowhere, and because they're showing up consistently, they're getting some amazing results. So simply by taking consumption time and switching it to creation time, I'm helping that one idea alone could give you back dozens and dozens of hours, because a lot of people, I don't have time to create, I don't have time. Yes, you do. If you're consuming content, you can take, not all of that's essential, you can take some of that and turn that into creation time. So just make a note of that, please. Am I creating or am I consuming? Creators are winning, creating the content for the consumers. Which side of the fence are you going to be sitting on? Okay, here are just some different examples of social media posts. I'm not going to jump into all of these, but you could, like, so some of these we could relay to video content. So you could do live streams. Okay, you could do little videos about newsworthy posts relating to your trend, your niche, or for your target audience. You could actually ask for user-generated content. You've probably seen this a lot on a lot of platforms. People are asking the audience, their audience, who they've got building community with, to send in content. I've got sort of friends in the music world who are getting sort of musicians to send in their versions of tracks, sending in their versions of them singing tracks, and they're putting that onto their page, which is then bringing more people to their pages. And it's a win for everyone, because extra people are getting extra profile. The page or the group creator is getting loads of content without having to create the content. For example, Simon with the Internet Business School, he's not stupid, and it wins for everyone. But when we do his weekly webinars, or even this Saturday school, I'm delivering this training this morning. Saturday, Simon's not sat here right now. I'm not sure what he's doing, and I hope you're well, Simon. I can assure you he's probably not logged on right now. Maybe he is. If you are, hi, Simon. Hope you're not in bed. But he's probably off doing something, enjoying himself. But we're recording this, and this becomes content that goes into his library of content, ever building. It's user-generated content from one of his team. Okay, so there's lots of things here. Taking people behind the scenes. People are curious. People love to know. We're nosy by nature. That's why we watch Ramsay's Kitchens through the keyhole. You know, what's the program where people are thrown in the house together, you know, or in the jungle together? We're nosy, we're curious. So show people behind the scenes. For people who are interested in your business, product, service, just taking your camera and walking around and being very real. It doesn't have to be flash video editing. For people who are interested, that could be great. Show people your team, your office, how things are made. And there are some other things there as well, but I've got a limited amount of time this morning. So could you show how something is done, how something is made, or how it's created? What's the process of something? Could you just film? You know, because again, for people, go onto YouTube and look at how things that you wouldn't even think would have views on. And you're like, how's that got thousands of views? Go onto Facebook, same principle. For the people who are into something, this is, you know, again, think of all videos as hooks. Think of them as little hooks for the people out there around the world, in the ocean. Okay, that video behind the scenes this month. Okay, preparing for Halloween. Okay, getting ready for Christmas. Okay, this is us with our trainer or our new fashion gear for December coming out, or this is us behind the scenes, our music event, or whatever, our speaking event, our course, our training. This is how we record our training. This is the Internet Business School team. Each of these are hooks. One of these hooks could pull you in 5% more customers, could bring you in 10% more customers. You put a number of these on top of each other, and these videos are now working in the internet arena day in and day out for you, 300, like all throughout the year, 24/7 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Very, very easy to do. And you start stacking these hooks on top of each other. Could you go out and interview experts? So could you speak to people who are perceived as experts or further up the hierarchy within your niche, who could bring value to? So again, if you're asking for an interview, good thing to do is to make a list of like your A-list celebrities. Let's say, I'll call them celebrities, just your A-list want target, B and C. And so you have, and it's amazing. I worked with somebody, we did this, and within a year and a half, he actually had the people at the top of his A-list. A few of them actually contacted him asking if they could be interviewed on his videos that he was doing. And he was doing stuff about diabetes. He's a lovely guy, actually. He did training with the Internet Business School, and I just stayed in touch with him and gave him a few tips, because he's doing good work helping a lot of people. He's called Paul Coker, but literally I just shared that tip with him, and just by being clear on who he wanted to interview, and then he went on, knocked on doors. He didn't get some of those people initially, but then he started getting a reputation. He knew what he wanted. The intent was there. They weren't particularly flash interviews, but they were good questions. So with an interviewee, always ask and try and make it as easy for them as possible. Let them know what's in it for them. So remember the subconscious questions that people are always asking. So what? Who cares? What's in it for me? So what? Who cares? What's in it for me? Why should I give you half an hour of my time, 20 minutes of my time, an hour of my time? Okay, well, if you approach them nice and say, look, I really respect you, I appreciate you, and I think that my audience, my target audience who I'm trying to sort of engage with, would appreciate you. Make it easy for them. Let them know that they can choose the time. Give them an option of ways that you would record it. Let them know that they can, you can show them the questions if they want to prepare for the questions, or if they have any other questions that they may want you to ask. And also ask them what they would like to promote. Is it a website? Is it a book? Is it a link of any particular? And tell them that you will give them a copy of the interview for their use as well. So basically, rather than it's obvious that you want something from them, so just when you're approaching them, let them know that you're thinking of them, even if they may think, well, do you know what, you've got a lot more to gain than I have by doing the interview, but you seem nice, you seem decent, you look like you're coming from a nice place, I'm going to give you half an hour of my time. Interview experts, that can snowball very quickly. And if you look at a lot of people online, that's one way on YouTube that a lot of people have come out of almost nowhere. They've asked good questions, they've started interviewing sort of different people within their niches or sometimes outside of their niches, but asking good questions, and all of a sudden their reach has grown hugely. So could you interview experts, which would help you to also piggyback off their search traffic online? Could you use videos for video search engine optimization? So here's a quick win. If you've already got web pages with content, let's say the about page, the services page, the products page, the meet the team page, or maybe you're just a one-stop shop and it's just you, but still you've maybe got 2 or 3 or 4 pages, or maybe you've got some really popular blogs, or maybe they're not popular at the moment, but you know they should be popular, but you've taken the time to either delegate and write them, or you've written them yourself. Okay, keep the written content there. Just turn it into a video content. Turn the blog post into a video. Read it. If you don't want to go in front of a camera, do what I'm doing now. Talk over a slide. Talk over a still image. If you like with the content on a web page, just read that About Us page, and maybe you're comfortable enough. And I'm going to share. In fact, I'll share with you now a very good tool. Let me just jump out of here. Is called Bigview. Let me get my mouse back on this screen. Okay, excuse me. Very, very good tool. This is called Bigview Tv. You can download it for Android or iOS. You get it on your device, and then you can just paste in or type in, or better to type it probably on your desktop or wherever you prefer to type, copy and paste your text in, and it will scroll the text as you can see on the screen there. And you can add titles, but basically it gives you a teleprompter. So it looks like you're looking in the camera, because the difference between there is only maybe 1 inch. And it can also auto pace and hear the nuances in your fluctuation of your speed, and it speeds up and slows down to match your natural talking pattern. But you could just copy and paste the text from the About Us, and then you could just read that perfectly into your camera and put that onto your page. Now you've got video content, you're adding personality to your business, and you're giving the search engines options, extra options to find your website, because they like websites with video. And just same principle for any page on a website or for a blog piece of content, same principle. Maybe you don't want to talk into the camera, that's fine. Lots of different ways to create videos, but that is a brilliant tool, bigview.tv. Let's just okay. Right, so there we go. So this is an example of how I would use that sheet. So just now I've mentioned referrals, sharing videos on social platforms, show how something's done or made, interview experts, turn web content, blogs into video. There you go. Those could be some actions, practical actions that you could take over the next couple of months just to move you forward in your projects and to help you get more customers, more visitors. Okay, so now let's jump across to how could you increase frequency. Let's look at a few ways you could do that. So could you repackage or rebrand products or services? So very often I've just seen people take existing, for example, I took my niece and nephews to Harry Potter Worlds on a Monday, and I actually have the official guide from 2 years ago, and they have just repackaged. The guide is more or less exactly the same, but the cover, and it's a hard cover instead of a soft cover. And because they realize a lot of people are coming back again. The content is very similar, slightly different layout, but very similar. But I bet you they've sold tens of thousands of those new ones just because they've repackaged existing content. So could you repackage or rebrand products or services? Could you share this on video? Could you rebrand or redo some of your premium, your best content? Could you do videos educating people about seasonal offers? So could you do a video promotion? Just let them know what's coming up or what your products or services are. Could I send out an email video? And let me share with you actually, very good tool. If you want to send out video email, in fact, let me ask you a question first. If I asked you, could you send a video to me right now? If I said, in the next 2 minutes, could you record a quick video and send it to my email address? Do you know 100% how you would do that? It could be for a testimonial, for some feedback. Just be honest, please. It's not a test. I just want to know, because I know that a lot of people don't know how to do it. Thank you, Danny. So Loom, I'm going to just put that up here. Brilliant. I forgot about that. I use that as well. Well done. So that's okay. So most people are saying no, not sure. So thank you, Danny Howard, for jumping in. Loom.com is a brilliant way to, and you can get Loom for free. You can do a small number of videos for free, but you can literally talk over your screen, or you can send a video message. Again, because it's personal, it's different. It pops out in people's inboxes. They connect with it more. You know, it's different to the hundreds or tens, or in Simon's case, it's thousands of emails they get every day. Because it's your face and you can just do it. And sometimes for me, I'm much quicker speaking than I am typing. I'm quite a quick typer, but I can say quickly, hey, I was just thinking of you. Are you interested in this? I thought you'd like this little resource. It's really useful. Think about how you could use this within your business. Bam, bam, bam. Here's the link, bam, and it's sent. So that's loom.com. And another good one is called bombom.com, bombomvideoemails.com. Let me just paste that in here. Okay. Okay. And there's one more. Haven't got time to go into all of these, but I just want to make you aware of them. This is brilliant for testimonials as well, for soliciting testimonials. Video Pill. Basically, it gets rid of all of the technology barrier. It just sends a link to people. You sign up, you send a link to people. They click on the link. It says, can we access your microphone? Can we access your camera, whether it's on your smartphone or your computer or desktop or your tablet? They click yes. You can give some prompts if you want, and it'll just say, for example, could you just share 3 reasons why you'd recommend Ben's training or his services, or a couple of benefits you've gained from, you know, employing Ben or working with Ben. And they can do retakes as many times as they want. They just press send, and then it pops back to you, the video file, and you have that ready to share on your social media or your websites, or your YouTube, wherever it is. So could you do seasonal offers or video promotions? Very simple one. Could you send out videos, but also emails, but because I'm talking about videos as well, could you send out videos and just contact your database of people? I have recently, in the past few months, I've just been a little bit more consistent emailing out. I'm not like Simon. I mean, Simon's brilliant. He's just got such a good sort of, you know, his systems are in place and he's just so on it, and that's part of the reason of his success, is his consistency. But just by me doing this, I share a lot of free content, and I've had a lot of people reaching out to me saying, oh, by the way, you know, are you still available? Can we do coaching, or can we do some one-to-ones with you? And that is literally just because I've sent some videos out, and there have been a number of people who've been totally inactive for a couple of years who've just clicked on 1 or 2 of the videos and, oh, I like Ben, let's reach out to him. So point in case, from my personal experience, could you contact active and inactive customers with video content? And it doesn't have to be about pitch. It can just be reaching out saying, hi, how are you doing? Wanting to wish you a Merry Christmas. Just wanted to let you know that we've a little bit of news about what's going on at the moment in our, think about, always think, what is of potential interest to my viewer, to my target audience? How can I improve their life? What could I share that could entertain, educate, or assist them? So could you create videos and share them with active and inactive customers? And the law of averages is that a percentage of those will re-engage with you. Now, here's a big one. Could you curate useful video content for your audience? So curation, this is the #1 game right now. If you get this, this is worth thousands of pounds, literally. Your job as a business owner, not just a project manager, but as helping people, is to provide service and value. So the #1 thing for you to know is, who are my target audiences and what are their challenges, what we call customer avatar. Just make a note of that, sort of basic customer avatar. But what are their challenges? What are their hurdles? And how can I help them? What are some of their pain points, and what are some of the solutions that I can provide? If you know who your target audiences are, and I say audiences because it's probably a few different ones, not just one, maybe it is just one, but the chances are that it's a few different ones, even within a specific niche. But if you start sharing other people's content that isn't selling a product or service, but is maybe it's edutainment, which is education mixed with entertainment. Maybe it's entertainment, maybe it's education, maybe it's memes, maybe it's visuals on Instagram. But if you can start sharing content that connects with them, that adds some kind of value to their life, and I'm saying curate because you can create all of your own content, but that's the long-hearted, old-fashioned way. The smarter way is to mix curation with creation, and it's the biggest time saver. So anyway, I could talk for hours on this, and I have done, but curate useful video content, find content that's of use for your target audience, and share it with them. You have just gained back hundreds of hours potentially, whilst also people don't actually care that much about you. I hate to say it, you don't care that much about me. I'm here to help you and I hope you appreciate it, but ultimately you're here because you want to get the benefits of what I'm sharing. That's the truth, and I'm not going to cry about that because I know that's the truth, and I know that's why I show up to webinars and things. I watch webinars with people I like, so that's half of it, but actually I'm watching the webinar because I know, or I think that I can get something from the content in the webinar. So with that in mind, I don't mind who actually shares it with me, so long as that person is the conduit through which that information comes. Could you send a video asking for feedback? So the simple question we've all probably okay, don't worry, I'll sort out the link in a moment, guys. I'm nearly finished. So could you send a video asking for feedback? So how could we improve? For example, could you just ask a question? How could we improve our service, our product or service? What other products or services could assist you or may you be interested in? Many people won't answer, but with our first ebook that we ever did, which was my sort of first project that I did with a famous sort of BBC radio DJ, Radio 1 DJ, we just asked this question to the people who had already bought the book, you know, the product, and we just said, how could we improve the book? We ethically incentivized them. We said, we're going to give you free updates of the book, and the chances are that your suggestions may be included in the updated versions of the book. We got over 120 suggestions. Oh, what about this? And it'd be really good if you did this, and also you could add this section. And then also just a couple of people said, oh, that section was a bit long. So we got the feedback from our audience to refine the product, which then became, we got approached by a publisher, a very well-known publisher, to produce a physical book. But we saw so many opportunities that we had totally missed just by asking a simple question. Could you help us? You know, we'd love to improve our product and our service. Could you just share with us how we could improve? So you've got to be willing to take a little bit of constructive criticism. And if you ask people, please make it constructive. You know, don't hate on us, but you'll get some amazing feedback which could help transform your business and improve your business. So ask people how you can improve. And another thing with testimonials, I've mentioned this before, is ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend our product or service? Because anyone who's on a 4 or less, you definitely want to reach out and find out why that's so low, because maybe something flopped in the system, or you didn't respond to their email, whatever it may be, or your assistant was having a bad day, or you were having a bad day, or you were rude. You'll get some valuable feedback, and you've got a chance to turn that person into a loyal customer by showing that you care. The people on 7 and above, you could then reach out to, and they may be good people to solicit video testimonials, or at least text testimonials from. Okay, so that is, we've seen that a lot of times, because in our heads, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend us, is a visual scale that people can see in their heads, that they can say, do you know what, that was pretty good, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. No, I didn't like that, he annoyed me, that's 3 out of 10, whatever it is, but it's good feedback. So there you go, we've looked at tactics to increase frequency, repackage, rebrand product and service, seasonal offer videos, contact active and inactive customers, curate useful content, send videos asking for feedback. So you can see how a simple sheet like this now can become a little bit of an action plan. Okay, video ideas for increasing spend. I'll be about another 10 minutes, so let's just fire through these. Video testimonials, which you can then put on sales page and on your website and on YouTube and social media. Okay, so once you've got them, you can put them wherever they are. So let's just have a look there. I've just shown you 2 top tools. Video Peel, the world's most powerful solution for video social proof. Remotely capture videos from your customers in seconds and share them at the right moment to make your buyer's journey more authentic. Excuse me. You could use bombomvideoemails.com, which I use, also very good, but really good. Sorry, the other one that I wanted to share with you, let me just share with you one more. Sorry, for testimonials is BombBomb Video Emails is for sending video emails, excuse me, good tool. Boast.io is the one, for the other one for collecting the easiest way to collect video testimonials, online reviews and customer feedback. So you can see, look, some big companies here using it. Very, very easy to use, but within a moment that will get rid of 95% of the people who say, oh, I'm not sure how to send a video testimonial. All you've got to do is click on this link and then just speak into the camera, basically. Right, let's jump back. So we just looked at Boast.io because I want to make sure that you're getting these tools. We've looked at Bigview TV. We've looked at Bomb video emails, which is a great way to send video emails. I've had very good success with that, and I've got a colleague, well, not a colleague, a friend who I just told about this, and he almost doubled sales. He sells a physical product, and what he did, it took him a bit of time, but because he genuinely cares about his, like really cares about his customers, and he sells cacao, actually high grade Peruvian cacao, which is like medicinal, and it's kind of got meditative purposes and relaxation purposes. So he literally just used this to send a personal video to his customers when he sent out their packages. And he said the video just by itself, instantly we were getting reorders, people, he was just saying, and also we're doing bigger quantities now. And he just said, like, literally nearly doubled the business just by using video, bomb video emails. So possibly something that you may want to contemplate. And we've got videopeel.com there as well. Okay, here we go. Okay, could you create a video showing your most popular services or products? So think about it, and this is a good tip. I was reminded of this a couple of months ago. Within your, if you're a restaurant, not all of your dishes are going to be as popular as each other. If you are a computer shop or outlet, not all of your devices are going to be equally weighed in terms of popularity. So if you're a personal trainer, but you tend to specialize in something in particular. So don't assume that people know what your best selling or most popular products are. People want to be led. They don't have to take them, but just by saying it, and that's why often you'll have on websites, not by default, a bar on them saying most popular courses, okay? Most popular products, going to a restaurant, most popular dishes or specialities. Many people, and this is a good way of also increasing sales potentially, or knowing what your ones with the highest margin are, create a video around these products or these services and put that on your website or on your socials. Could you do a one-time offer video? So a one-time offer video called an OTO. Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. If you don't, go to ClickFunnels, sign up for ClickFunnels for free, for the free one, and then just watch his funnel. But just now, and you'll notice all of the top marketers, loads of them who are really good at this. Wait, before you go, we're just going to give you this one-time offer, which you won't see again. So today, so for example, like I say, I'm giving you it's not a one-time offer because you're on Saturday school, I would give it to you again, but I could just say, if I wanted to, and I want to be honest with you, it's a one-time offer. It's £47 a day. It's normally £197. It's Sat School 150 off is the code. There's the link. You will only see this offer once, never ever again. So take advantage of it and enjoy the product or the service. That's called a one-time offer. So that's when people are about to check out often, or they have checked out sometimes if you've got the system in place. And then just as they're about to pay, it's like, whoa, before you go, do you want the super size version? And you get an extra little sale because people have already decided to buy from you. So that's called a one-time offer video. Play with that. That could make a big difference. Now, by law, especially in England, also in America, less so in certain places, but we are obliged by law to have a money-back guarantee. Now, a lot of people hide behind this, but the fact is, from a consumer rights point of view, that if we buy anything, we are legally entitled to get our money back. I forget, it's different on different products and services. It ranges from 7 up to 28 days, but you have to offer it. So turn this into an advantage and a selling point. Make something of it. If you're confident in your product or service, which you should be, and my personal opinion is that we should stand in front of products and services that we wholeheartedly believe in. So turn that and say, look, you've got nothing to lose. Try the training. If you genuinely don't think you've got £47 worth, let alone hundreds of pounds worth, get back in touch and it's obviously, I wouldn't say it like this, it's obviously gone over your head and you've put a cotton wool in your ears and a blindfold on, but it's not for you. And I don't want you to have it because you can't see the value in it. But I wouldn't say it like that. I'd say you've got nothing to lose. Please take the opportunity because you're backed by a money back guarantee. So I'm taking all of the risk. Just by saying that, you reassure, because every time that we are asking somebody to part with their money, hard-earned money, one of the most emotional topics in the world, as you well know, I'm sure, it's an imbalance. If I'm asking you to give me money, not sure, do I trust him? Do I like Ben? Do I think I'm going to get £47 worth of, not sure, £47 not much, it comes back up this way. If I just say, look, you've got nothing to lose, 100% money back guarantee, try it out. If you can't see even one or two tools that could give you that back and the time that you could save with that, it's, I'm not going to wish it upon you, so I'll give you your money back, but something along those lines. So do a video and if it's not video, at least put on your website and your sales pages about risk reversal and money back guarantee, and make that a selling point, because you have to do that by law anyway. And then just start showing up on video if you are in an area where you want to position yourself or someone else as an expert. Somebody said earlier, and I think it was Annette, that they want to charge higher prices. How do you charge higher prices? By positioning yourself as an expert, okay? By branding, a combination of things, okay? By showing up, by giving good value, by delivering great content. But many people have come from nowhere. They're just showing up on a consistent basis, which means that they're visible. All other things being equal, compared to the invisible person, they are now visible. Visibility often leads to expert status, and they start getting more clients, charging higher prices and doing better business. So there is a quick snapshot of what we have covered so far. Yes, it is lifetime access to my course. All of my training is. I'll put the link in a second. And that is that strategy, because I'm mindful of time. I want to respect your Saturday morning, but I hope you found this useful. So remember, number of visitors, average spend per visit, number of visits per year. If you can focus on those three columns, increase each of those by 5% would give you a 16% increase in growth. A 10%, just a 10% increase in each of those three areas would give you 33% growth, or 25% would give you 95% growth. Okay. I'm going to ask you just to type in if you've got any favorite tools or resources, just to quickly ping them in before I hand over to Ben. I'm just going to show you this for literally 2 minutes, and then I'm handing over to my good friend, Ben Mariner. So this is what it looks like. Lifetime access on your mobile, on your Android, on your iPad. There are loads of videos. So for unadvertised businesses in there, which I've actually put in. I'm showing you that actually only because I'm in there now, but they're not advertised. Let's have a look at the worksheets and the downloads. Let's see strategy number 1, how to increase customers. You click on that, for example, and within there, on that video, that is an hour and 10 minutes of just tip after tip on how you can increase customers. And then up here, you can scroll down, strategy 1, more ways to increase customers, how to increase customers with search engine optimization, how to increase customers by educating customers. I've actually included debriefs of where I've done this with business owners in a room, and we've had very powerful days with business owners masterminding in a room, and I've found the old worksheets and our mind maps, and I've carried those. So there's loads of video content in there, some unadvertised bonuses, which I'm not even going to tell you about because they're unadvertised. You've got worksheets, and yeah, that's kind of what you get in there. Very easy to navigate, very easy to use. You can use it anytime, lifetime access. And my question to you, and in fact, if you're selling something, because I learned this from Simon, and I used to like the way that he never used to sell hard. You get all of these people at events who would sell hard, and he first time, and that's what actually endeared me to him. He kind of just came and said, well, there's my training. If you want to work for me, those are my results. That's the price pretty much. Jump on board. And I was like, hang on, that wasn't too aggressive. And oh, by the way, let me just share with you this. This is the tool that I and Simon use. So if you want to create courses, online courses, there are lots of tools, but have a look at this. This is interesting. If you look at Trustpilot, look, there's Teachable here. If you look in the top right hand corner here, Teachable, Udemy, Podia, Patreon, MailChimp, Gumroad, Kajabi are rated 4.6 out of 5. I can hand on heart say they're an amazing company. As with anything of quality, you invest in it, but that's the word, you invest in it, and it brings all of the tools for uploading videos. So what I just showed you, downloading PDFs, putting courses together, sales pages, emailing people, payment integrations, it pulls it all together under one roof, and they've got an amazing support community who are superb. Now, just last month, they reopened. At the beginning of this year, they stopped doing a 30-day free trial, and people such as myself like, why have you stopped doing that? People need to test this out. They need 30 days at least to play with it, to see if it's for them, to get a feel for it, to see what you're like and your support. So last month, they, like customers, and you can only access this through customers such as myself, excuse me, they have reopened due to public demand from customers saying, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to have the 30-day free trial. So if you would like to try a 30-day free trial of Kajabi, that is the link. Let me just, I'm going to see if I can share my sounds and just share sounds. Let's just see if I can do this, and then I'll be coming over to you, Benny boy. So just have a look at the ratings down there. That's the link at the top of the page.
You're serious about your online business, but the tech stack it takes to run it, not so much. Who says you need 14 different tech services and tools just to run a business online? We're Kajabi, and we're not about to let technology get in the way of your success. That's why we've helped tens of thousands of users find a better way to do business online. So here's an idea. How about everything you need to grow your business, all in the same place? How about your website, products, marketing, emails, automation, community, and more on a single dashboard? How about all these tools working together because they were built together? That's how online business should be. And we've got your back every step of the way with industry-leading 24/7 live agent support to answer your questions day or night. We know great things happen when technology is on your side instead of in your way. That's how our Kajabi heroes have sold over $1 billion worth of products on our platform to date. And that is just the beginning. So go ahead, be serious about your business, because we are too.
So won't be relevant for everyone on this call, but I just want to make sure that, again, this is a massive bonus. You can only get this through people like me sharing the link. They're not making it a public link. So just take a screenshot of that. If that's relevant to you or someone you know in the future, please just pay that forward to them. But I want to give you back time. I hate trying to suss out technology. I spent years trying to integrate things, work things out. That doesn't work. That's rubbish. That's okay, but it doesn't link with that. This just solves so much of a headache. Somebody's just said that there is also people getting started could try system.io as per suggested by Simon. It's a free system just to get in at a ground level, but Kajabi is of course the leader. So again, of course, I'm not saying do use this, but if you're if you really want to get going, it's an investment, and 30-day free trial is great if you're serious about trying to get a course going and they've got good support. So enough about that. I think it's just last slide. And then we'll be over to you, Ben, and I'll make sure, where are we? Okay, are these my slides? Yes, they are. And then just a couple of bonuses. We'll give you access to a live worksheet, which we will collectively start to populate. And I've just this morning decided I'll also give a 1-hour webinar full of bonus content and tips. So just take a screenshot of that. I will put the link in over here in the chat when I hand over in just a moment. And I I've got space for a little bit of one-to-one support and coaching, because some people say, I quite like what you're about, Ben, I'd like to explore that. So if you're interested, just contact Roger at internetbusinessschooloffice@gmail.com. And in November, I've got about 4 spaces. So that's internetbusinessschooloffice@gmail.com. Video, business, mindset, accountability, podcasting, a range of different things. But if you're interested, just contact Roger. So I hope you found that super useful. As Simon always says, he just says, a business decision should be a business decision. He just looks at everything black and white money. He's like, okay, if that's £47, am I going to either get back my time? Of course, yes. Or even one tool, will that give me back more than £47 in terms of return on investment? And then it's either a yes or a no if that's a business decision for him. So I want to give that to you. There's the screenshot. Take a screenshot of that, please. I'm going to count that down. 5, 4. I'd love to help you and assist you. And that's going to be updated ongoingly. And then I'm going to hand over to Ben Mariner. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you've liked that. And then I'll stick around just to support Ben at the end. And let's just see. Yeah, just take one tip. What's one tip, please, that you've taken from this session?